All right, my homies, let's get it going. Welcome to the Mile High Hotspur. My name is Leo Coys, and on this one, my homies, we're talking about the away win at Austin, and we're going to do a bit of a preview for the upcoming game against San Jose. Let's just get into it, my homies. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're doing good today. Let's go. Yeah, my homie. So let's get into it. First of all, like I said, welcome to the Mile High Hotspur. The show was supposed to take place yesterday. I did have some homies lined up to appear with me yesterday. But like the homie said, sometimes life be life and we did need to postpone the show till today. I say I want to nail down the Wednesday spot because it's a bit closer to when the game happened, and a lot more of this is going to be more relevant. I guess a bit more closer to when the match happened. But nonetheless, my homies, we do need to get this show underway. And let's just pull up a couple of things here that, of course, I've been, here on the Mile High Hotspur. I've always said that I'm not really one to talk about stats, right? Like when I do my Tottenham content, I really try not to add any type of statistical value because, um, one, there's plenty of places that you can get that, and two, like with the Colorado Rapids stuff. As far as being able to watch the games in person, as far as being able to, be more up to date, a lot more closer to the action here. So I guess I'm starting to be more, uh, I guess, just into the whole stats part of this, of watching the game, and then afterwards, kind of breaking down what happens. And most of it is because it just intrigues me. Um, it intrigues me a lot more than what the Tottenham does, in that sense that I'm able to do these type of uh, breakdowns. And I honestly like I get onto Sofa Score, and I do a lot of just I do a lot of browsing in the Sofa Score to see what type of things that I could dig up as far as stats with the Colorado Rapids, and that's something I don't find myself doing when I do the Tottenham content. So let's see here, my homies. It was our third game against Austin away. I think it's a place where any team is going to go and struggle. Not just the Rapids because that's who I watch, but any team that goes to Austin is going to probably have a hard time to deal with the team, the crowd, everything that goes with it. And the Rapids were able to pull away the 1-0 victory. Happened. Was it in the first half? Jesus, since I'm saying like it was just so long ago that I don't even remember what minute it was. Yeah, in the 18th minute. So the Rapids pulled the goal in the 18th minute from a wonderful build-up play. Oliver Larraz getting the ball, feeding it to Cole Bassett, who then feeds was it Georgi Mihailovic, who lays it off to Navarro, and Navarro scores another poacher's goal, something that we talked about in the last episode, Logan and myself. And one glaring thing was the defense. Obviously, you guys seen it in the thumbnail. Andreas Maxu was back into the lineup, which was one of the glaring changes. Um, but before we even go on to the back line, my homies, let's talk a little bit about Zach Steffen. And he's just so fresh and so clean sheet right now, right? Another clean sheet. This time in MLS play, our last game in MLS play didn't really go too well. We ended up having the 3-3 draw. This time we're talking about a clean sheet. And apart from the clean sheet, it was an excellent performance because, um, like I said, Andreas Maxu getting back into the lineup and making sure that um, he was able to solidify our back line. And I think he did so. And that was one of the biggest things for Zach Steffen to be able to get this clean sheet. Of course, having wonderful saves also has its part in that. But you're gonna need an awesome performance from your whole team and your back line. And what I'm gonna do now, my homies, is I'm gonna bring up what I was showing last week with the sofa scores, just so you guys could kind of get a glimpse of what I'm talking about. Oh, I think I'm even on the wrong page, but let's go to this one, my homies. Yeah. So it's our game against St. Louis. Let me get out of this one, my homies. See, so this is the sofa score app that I was telling you about. I really enjoy using it. Um, we'll come to this one right here, my homies. Yeah, so hopefully you're getting a good glimpse at this, just like I am. And look right there off the bat, what you see, the player of the match, Zach Steffen, right here. Again, the dude was just phenomenal on the day. But what I wanted to show more was, let's see in here if we can't see more. We did end up going with a 4-3-3 lineup again. See our players' average positions here. This is going to be for Austin. This will be ours. So if you could see here, we did play this back four again. On the left-hand side, instead of Reggie Cannon, we see Ian Murphy, who came in and deputized very well. That meant Keegan Rosenberry was able to go back to the right side where we've grown accustomed to seeing him play. Take a look at these two center backs right here, my homies, playing pretty far back. This is our back four right here, playing pretty far back. Ian's still up there on the left-hand side, of course, a bit higher. But even take a look at the whole team in general, because I want to then show our average positions for the game against Dallas that we played, where we ended up getting a 3-3 draw. So if you look here, my homies, you will see again that's still our lineup, our average player position against Austin. And then let's see here. Let me pull up the other one. I should have done a side by side for these ones. But then on this one, my homies, it is flipped upside down because we were attacking on the opposite end. But you could see there a lot higher. Ian, and Cheeto were playing way up higher. And we did allow the 3 goals when we played that high up. And you see here with Atencio and Cole Bassett kind of just jamming in the midfield there. But I just wanted to show you guys real quick those two comparisons, how high our line was when we played against Dallas compared to how high our line is um, when we played against Austin. I'm gonna keep showing that, my homies, just so we could kind of talk about that a little bit more. So look again, our attack going up, our attack going forward, a high line. Keegan being the dropping a bit back. I wonder if he tucks in a bit more to. You see here, he kind of drops in a bit to play part of that back three. Coach Armis himself said how he wants to kind of line up. It is a 4-3-3, but he likes to kind of move his one of his backs. You see that going up higher on the left-hand side. And again, one of the things that I'm seeing characteristics with our team is we're playing high up on the left-hand side. This has been a characteristic that I've seen throughout throughout the season. These are just some average positions here. This is Georgi Mihailovic. And then take a glance at how much work you have Hoffa doing here. And if I'm honest, not getting too much time up here in the box. And then Remy Cabral out on the right. Let's see what else we could bring up here about this. Let's go back to the stream. So let's talk about Zach Steffen. That is what we were talking about, my homies. And then I kind of went off on the tangent, talking about the lineup here. Let's pull up Zach Steffen's stats, shall we, my homies? Let's take a look at what Zach Steffen did on the day. Again, Sofa score gave him a 7.7. He was the player of the match. Minutes played 90, 4 saves, a 0.74 prevented, 1 high claims, 3 saves from inside the box. One thing that we need to work on is our accuracy in passing. Zach Steffen, we have a 10 out of 28 passes. That is a 36%. 24 long balls with 7 of those completed. So if anything, the distribution might need some work on. But look, aerial duels won. It's pretty heck. He's winning both of them. He was also fouled once. Let's go. A big enough performance to, warrant the man of the match. Let's go ahead and star Zach Steffen so we can follow him. Let's see what other type of stats they would have there for him, if any. Yeah, no, so that was just it. Again, huge saves from Zach Steffen. Like it said there, 4 saves to be exact. Um, and they couldn't have been much more effective. I mean, he blocked all 4 of them. I want to see how many. Let's see here. So big chances. So Austin had 2 big chances. So this is what I wanted to see. Austin had a total of 20 shots. 20 of those shots. But how many of them were on target? 5 shots on target, 20 shots. Take a look here at all the shots that Zach Steffen did encounter. Um, most of these going wide. Couple saves here, save here, and a save here. So yeah, Zach Steffen definitely putting in his work and claiming the man of the match on that one. A couple of shots here. The most surprising. Look at, you see this one, point blank, almost point blank there. Good shots being saved from our keeper. Well deserved man of the match. And also, did he pick up a yellow card? Probably for some time wasted, my homies. Probably for some time wasted, my homies. So yeah, big up to you guys that are tuning in to watch the stream. Appreciate you guys stopping by. We're kind of just chatting about Zach Steffen, his performance on the night. He was the man of the match. And again, I kind of touched on it a bit, saying that it was very key that he had his back line playing the way they did. And there we kind of go. Let's go ahead and pull that back up again for anybody that's kind of just crawling in here right now to check this out. I want to show the players' average positions. And this is the Colorado Rapids. We're talking about the back line again here. Let's talk about Andreas Maxu coming back into the team. Andreas Maxu coming back into the team, picking up a solid team. I want to come back out and say the back line with the solid performance. Above 7s, you see Murphy with the 7.1, Keegan with the 7, Cheeto with the 7.6, and Maxu with the 7.4. Let's check out a bit of Maxu's stats. There you see his heat map. Picking up some good mileage there, my homies. 90 minutes played for his season debut. Coming back into the lineup, getting 90 minutes. I would have expected he wouldn't have gotten the whole 90 minutes, but he ended up getting them, my homies. So fair play. Chris Armas definitely definitely knew how to bleed him into the lineup. 10 clearances for Andreas Maxu on the night. That's one thing that stuck out about him all night, was he was just present throughout the whole night there. Let's see, an interception, 2 tackles, 2 ground duels, 1 out of 2, 4 out of 7. Lost possession 4 times, which is something a lot of the Rapids players do. But here we start to pick up a bit of our accuracy. 21 for 29. Long balls, you get 2 out of 5. So some work to do with the distribution, but that's just how it's going to be. The quality in the MLS is you're not going to get your 90%, your Kevin De Bruyne-esque numbers. I'm assuming. I could be wrong, my homies. But the Dane coming back into the lineup and putting in a strong shift himself, easily could have made his stake for player of the match as well. Halfa as well. We will move up to him here in a minute. But just taking a look there at his heat map, just seeing how present he was. I'm assuming these are for set pieces, and then just playing there in his position, getting up there as well on the attack. Big up Andreas Maxu. Way to come back into the lineup and way to help Zach Steffen get the clean sheet. The whole team get the clean sheet, not just Zach Steffen. But let's take a glimpse here into Chidozie Aweziem. I probably butchered that. That's why I just call him Cheeto. Picking up a 7-6, and here on the heat map, you see something a bit more spread out, doing a bit more. Again, we are attacking, going towards the left, which I'm assuming that's your right. Um, 90 minutes again for another center back here. 9 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 2 total tackles. So picking up a bit more than Andreas Maxu. Just a bit more, my homies. 2 of 2 ground duel one. But lost possession 12 times. 18 of 29 accurate passes, 1 key pass, 2 out of 8 long balls for Cheeto, which you would have to think we have to start either being a bit more stingier with our passes or just getting maybe a safer pass. Again, this is just what I'm seeing off of the eye test. The coach Chris Armas definitely knows what he's doing. This is just me giving you guys my observation. And it's here for I mean, the stats are here, my homies. So it's just showing there how Cheeto is being a bit more active, probably getting a bit more up there than Andreas was. And both players struggling a bit with the distribution of the ball, as well as Stefan. Let's talk a bit about Ian Murphy here. Let's take a look at his while we're out on the left-hand side here. Sorry about that. My homies had to mute it. So let's talk a bit about Ian Murphy. Let me go back to that screen, my homies. Playing out on the left-hand side, getting up there, though. He's getting up there. As you can see, putting in some miles as well on the left-hand side. Played 76 minutes on the night there. Expected. There you go. So now we're seeing he's getting a bit higher for our defenders, getting a bit of the XA for those of you that are stats buffs. Another block shot for him as well. A clearance off of the line, which is probably one of the reasons, if not the biggest reason, why we kept a clean sheet as well. He was there to keep the clean sheet, doing his bit. But look at here, my homies, getting dribbled past twice. Again, on the left-hand side, you're going to be going up against the right-hand attacker, which is probably the majority of times the more dominant of the attack. On the Rapids side, though, it's the left. 1 of 5 ground duels, aerial duels, 1 of 1. Possession lost, my homies, 14 times possession lost. And then here you got a bit more accurate passes, 17 out of 23, 39 touches. Long balls looking a bit better as well. So a 7-1. Let's go on to Keegan. His numbers probably have to be a little bit worse if he got a bit of a lower rating. Look at Keegan. He does invert a bit more than what the left hand side does. Again, this is just testament to how much we're playing and building up our play on the left hand side. You do see players like Keegan inverting a bit more. Not too much, my homies, not too much. But there you go. You see, he's also staying back as to where Ian Murphy was the fullback that was bombing up more. But Keegan definitely not afraid. One thing I do love about Keegan is he is one of the first players to kind of nail when we lose the ball or where that ball gets flicked into his area. He's the first one to either press the defender or try and win that ball back. In fact, I'm going to go down, scroll down on his stats and see exactly what he did on the night. A .03 xg, .02 on the XA. Take that for what you will, my homies. One clearance, one block shot, a total of 1 tackles. Ground duels, 1 for 5. Aerial duels, 1 for 3. Possession lost, 14. 14. 54 touches. I think more of he touched the ball more of the back line. Again, Keegan is not a stranger to picking up the ball and try and get the ball rolling. Long balls, and this is exactly what I mean by that. Not afraid to throw in those, not afraid to ping those balls into either side, either one of our attackers on the side there. 50% on those, my homies. That's just it though, right? And a shot on target. Um, so not that much more of a difference than what we seen on the left hand side. The only thing being is Keegan is going to stay back a bit more than what you're going to see on the left hand side. Whether that's Ian Murphy right now, Sam Vines, or even when it's the roles are switched, you're going to see Keegan Rosenberry on the left hand side, and we were seeing Reggie Cannon. And even then, Reggie Cannon was the one staying back, and the left-hand side was the one bombing forward. Let's move to the midfield, my homies, where you see a man like Josh Atencio getting his workout as well, clocking some miles. Let's see, he played 90 minutes, expected 1.14, 50 touches, and this is where we're going to see a bit more of the accurate passes. Obviously, so here you see a 30 of 35, 1 key passes, long balls 3 of 5, dribble 1 of 1, ground duels 50%, aerial duels as well. Possession lost 8 times. Tough to see that in the midfield. Interceptions 3, total tackles. Interceptions 1, total tackles 3. He was also dribbled past right there in the midfield 3 times. So kind of up and down for Josh Atencio there in the middle of the park, my homies. Again, you see his average positions there throughout the 90 minutes. And that basically tells me he's going to be utilized as the box-to-box midfielder throughout the season. And there you see he's basically playing very central. And look at that. I mean, just hogging up the space there on both ends of the pitch. And now we'll move on to a man that's even clocking some more miles. Cole Bassett. Let's talk about Cole Bassett here. On the right hand side of this 4-4-3, I didn't say that excuse me, when we started off the stream. Armis was playing what looked like to be, whoa, excuse me. Uh, excuse me. Coach Armis looked to be playing again the 4-4-3 that he's kind of been changing up. We talked about that last stream. The 4-2-3-1, we haven't really seen that much. We've seen this, and again, why I showed the comparison of the average position this match and for our last match was because last match we played the same formation. We just dropped back a bit more, and that enabled us to help Zach Steffen, help our defense out, not play the highest of lines. because Chris Armas does like to play a high intensity, high line. He kind of referenced the Liverpool squad and how they play in his post match press conference. And this is kind of a testament to that, playing that high intensity with that 4-3-3. However, this time he made the change to kind of drop his team back more. And even through our midfield was testament to that. And the next player that we will get on to after Cole Bassett um, was kind of the least of the beneficiaries on the night. But look at here, Cole Bassett getting some good miles in. 76 minutes as well, 0.30 expected XG and 0.03 on the XA. 49 touches, and again, you're going to get your more precision here on your passes. A 30 of let me see that. What was that? Sorry about that, homies. 30 of 38, so you're almost 80% there. Shots on target, shots off target, so 50% on those. Oh man, wasn't necessarily two tackles. Just did what he needed to do. Again, like I said, I think he got the hockey assist to Georgi Mihailovic, who then gave the assist to Hoffa. Um, Oliver Larraz was key in winning the ball on that play, dishing it to Cole. Cole heaved it over to Mihailovic. And you guys know there, Hoffa getting the goal. Oliver Larraz, let's take a look at Oliver Larraz with a 6-4. Not arguably, easily the worst player on the pitch on the night. Statistically speaking, my homies, went from having the best 4 games in a row, 3 games in a row, to then having the worst performance statistically and rating wise speaking of the season so far. And that's not a knock on him whatsoever. The team got the victory at the end of the day, and like I said, he was key in doing what he needed to do for the buildup of the goal. It's just we're gonna take a look at how he was utilized in this game and how he was utilized in the last game against Dallas, where we scored 3 goals, and he was very effective in that game. 84 minutes in this one against Austin. Expected XA 0.02. I mean, very, very, very down there, very low. 43 touches, 21 of 27 passes, so 78. Nothing on the crosses, nothing on the long balls, which is probably the opposite of what happened 2 weeks ago. Um, and just really not much going for Oliver Larraz there on the night. I'm gonna peek over here and check out Oliver on the night there for. Let me just hop over here. So take a good glimpse at this heat map right here, my homies, because I'm going to switch it over to a different view. And um this was from the Dallas match where he was just on fire. Um let's see here. Again, on the left-hand side, but playing a bit more centrally. He was more on the left for the game against Austin. And looky here, just 86% on passing, 2 for 2 on crosses, 2 for 2 on the long balls. Big chances created too. 100% on his dribble attempts. 5 of 7 on his ground duels. You know, 7 times he lost possession, which I mean that's going to happen. 2 interceptions, 4 tackles. On this night when we won, I mean when we tied 3-3, Oliver Larraz was key. Um, and I mean I just kind of wanted to show that and bring that up to show, just how he was more central through that game, not designated more on the left, um, and higher up, and higher up. So this goes with the theme that I was telling you. I think on this one, my homies, Chris Armas told his team, you know what? We gave up 3 goals last time. Let's see if we can't just go through this game and not let up that many goals, because with this game and the prior games, that was the consistent thing that we have been seeing was, my homies, I haven't even been paying attention to the comments. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and pull those up. Um, Big up D5, my homies. Big up, big up. Max going in here with his red and white hearts. Also having to flex, saying Arsenal on top, but always up the fucking pits. You know what, my homie? I don't know what Arsenal are on top of. So, but yeah, big up to you, my homie. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the stream. Like I told you last time, my homie. Unless you're a fan of Liverpool, then I mean, we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page, my homies. We ain't winning shit. Your team ain't winning shit. Let's go, my homies. Where were we before I got interrupted by Max there? Big up, big yourself up, my homie. What was I doing here? Oh, I can't stand the Gooners, my homies. Oh, let's go. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna backtrack a bit and see if I can get my train of thought. Oliver Larraz again in this game. His worst game. His worst game of the season. But I mean, overall, the team did what they needed to do. And it's not a go whatsoever at Oliver Larraz. It's just, on the day, my homie just had it. My homie just had a tough one. Big up, Crash. Hope you're doing good, my homie. Big up the pits. Let's go, my homie. Let's go. Hope you're well, my homie. Hope you're well. All right. Oh, I just removed that. Let's go back to that, my homies. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Um, let's just talk about Cabral. Cabral on the right-hand side there, 7-6. Just um what can I say about Cabral? Off to a slow start. Off to a slow start. Um, I've said this before, and I think I was talking to Logan last time. Like, it's just a matter of time until these defenders and Cabral end up getting on the same page and sending those balls up there and being able to get those to land to him. Yeah, no, I mean, look, we need more from Cabral, and the reason I say we need more from Cabral is because I personally asked him. You know what I mean? Like, how are you feeling? Like, are you ready to hit the ground running? You know what I mean? And he gave me a number, my homie. He gave me a number that he wants to hit. And let's just say if he's gonna hit those type of numbers, um, he needs to get the ball rolling. But look, he's gonna need help from his teammates to get into um, he needs to get into position, get the ball on the run where he's dangerous. He could definitely dribble past the defender, send it across to Hoffa or to maybe Georgie making a run at the edge of the box there. But more from Cabral. I wish I had more to tell you guys about Kevin Cabral. He played 71 minutes, was probably our first sub to come off. Didn't even complete his dribble. 30 touches on the night. 9 of 14 for accuracy, which is not good at all, my homies. Tried 4 crosses, not accurate with any of them. One long ball was accurate. Ground duels, he is taking on his defender, which is what you want to see. At least that's what I want to see, my homies. I want to see him I want to see him um, get the ball wide, take on his man, because he looks like he could play the part, my homies. But then again, look at what has killed us. Look at what has killed us all game long, my homies. I've been pointing this out. Possession lost 14 times. Yeah. Yeah, unacceptable, unacceptable. By the whole team, if I'm honest with you, my homies, and this is we need to hold on to the ball a bit more. We just need to hold on to the ball a bit more, my homies. Um, I'm hoping Cabral hits his goals, but his final touch is not up to par. Yeah, and I'm hoping that that's just all we need from Cabral is just to make sure that that part of his game is all that's lacking because he had that good chance. He had that good chance at home against Dallas right before the end of the first half where they fed him the ball right in front of the net, and he just kind of first timed it. They went wide, but maybe, if you get in these opportunities, maybe the next one, is going to hit. You're going to miss every one you don't take. So as long as you take the shot, my homie, you give yourself a chance. That's all that you could hope for. Let's go on to the left-hand side here. Big man like Georgi Mihailovic, our number 10, with the SOFA score rating of 7.5, one of the higher players, one of the highest ranked players on the pitch for the night. Easily could have been the player of the match as well. Up there with Zach Steffen and Rafa Navarro. Could have been Georgi Mihailovic. Take a look at his heat map there. Not afraid to invert, not afraid to get to the other side of the pitch. And not afraid to get into the mix there. Let's see here. If we could get Cabral to clean up final passes or finish, he'll be great, but seems like he is not in his own head. My homie, this is a good comment, bro. Looks like I'm having some issues with my Wi-Fi, my homies. I apologize. This is a good comment, bro, because this is what I asked Cabral. I told, hey, bro, like you're coming back from an injury that hindered the outcome of your performances last season, and now you're fit. Now you're going to be in the lineup. You're going to get a fresh start. I asked him, how confident are you? For the first part of my question was, do you have any goals for the upcoming season? And if so, how confident are you that you'll be able to reach those? And he said that he was very confident. And that's when, backstage, he gave me a number. And yeah, like he might be in his own head, my homie. Like it could just be a matter of just getting that first one over the line. You see that with with tons of players, my homie. It's just a matter of getting that first one over the line, and then the rest of them will fall. Let's go here. Let's go back on here. Yeah, so let's go back with Georgi Mihailovic, my homies. We're talking back on with Georgi Mihailovic, the number 10, one of my favorite players to watch. You could tell by his expressions, you could tell by the way he's playing. He's fully up to pids, my homies. Provided us with one of the best sound bites from last season. Up the fucking pids, he's fully on board to the plan. And this player is one of the ones that is very frustrated when the press is not going their way, when the things are not going our way. You could tell he's one of the ones that tries to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and make it his. We've seen it countless times with set pieces. We've seen it this game with the assist. And it's going to be key. Crash coming in here saying Georgie's on a mission. He wants that 2026 World Cup call up, bro. If I'm any one of our players that have been in and amongst that excuse me, that national team, you're looking at Cole Bassett, you're looking at Georgi Mihailovic. Of course, the midfield is a bit more saturated when you look at these bigger talents, but why not? Why not players from the Rapids? You know what I mean? You're seeing God, why is it Zach Steffen? You're seeing Zach Steffen pick up minutes for his national team. So why can't Georgi Mihailovic pick it up? Already was part of the national team selection for the Olympics. Who else? Who else is there? I mean, you see, Sam Vines in the past has gotten some minutes. So, players that have gotten some sort of sniff at national team play. My homies, it's not a far shout to say that Pochettino might be at Dick's Sporting Goods Stadium a few times this season to watch some of our players play. Crash is hitting the nail on the head with the hammer. You know what I mean? Georgie is the best free kick taker available for the U.S. men's national team. You know, anybody from the scouting team at the U.S. men's national team is definitely going to be there watching players like Georgie, watching players like Zach Steffen. And when that happens, my homies, it just gives you the opportunity to take it and shine. Which is what I think Georgi Mihailovic will do this season, my homies. He is well on pace to getting some good numbers, some good stats under his belt this season. And one of our key assets going forward is Georgi Mihailovic. One assist on the night, dribble attempts, 1 of 4, 54 touches. Accuracy on the passing, you would think maybe a bit better from Georgie, but I mean, if you're coming up with key passes, assists, doing all these things here, then you know traits like this are okay to have slide a bit, right? 2 key passes, 7 crosses, but 0 completed. That's something that needs to change on the next game, my homies. 1 big chance created, 8 of 3 ground duels won, lost possession 21 times. Wowzers. 21 times, my homies. 21 times. What is going on there? Before we look at what's going on there, let's finish the review part up with Rafa Navarro, the goal scorer. 90 minutes played. Check out his heat map. I enjoy watching Rafa play. One of the things that goes unnoticed is his off the ball movement, the way Hoffa, is I was looking at the Rapids put out this thing over the last couple of days. Uh let's see here. Big up. Yo, my God, Danny Kiriakou. Big up, brother. Big up. Hope you're well, man. Big yourself up. Nice to see you, my homie. And you know what, bro? It's nice to see you on the We Are Tottenham TV, on the We Are Tottenham TV stuff, bro. Big yourself up, my homies. Georgie assist to Rafa was beautiful. I agree, my homie. And this is something that hopefully we see happen throughout the whole season. One thing I will also say is, the Rapids are doing a good job of releasing the press conference stuff right away. Um, I like how they're cutting the press conference. They're cutting the player interviews, and they cut to one with Georgie, right? And he's happy. He seems to be going. He seems to be on form. Um, Yeah, let's go, Danny, let's go. Look, bro, I told you I'm gonna be out there in London. Damn it, I'm in a little over a month, bro. If you're still there, we're gonna kick it. If you're still there, we're gonna kick it, homie. But yeah, we're gonna chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. Big up, Danny. Thank you for showing some love, bro. Thank you for stopping by, my homie. It's one of the homies from overseas, stopping by to show some love. So that's appreciated, my homies. Um, let's go back to this. Yeah, so like I was saying, the Rapids putting out a bunch of just content, my homies, and they're giving us some more insight to these players. And Georgi Mihailovic just seems to be very comfortable in his day-to-day life. Um, and the assist was beautiful. But yeah, let's go. Sorry, I got sidetracked there, my homies. Hoffa, look at the heat map here, my homies, is gonna show you, like I said, pressing, 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 pressing. I love to see that from Hoffa. Um, You guys know I'm a Tottenham fan. We like to play a high line. We like to do the high press. And this player is phenomenal for that system. I mean, obviously he's a Rapids player, but plays very well the type of system, the type of ball that I would like to see on my other team as well. Hoffa getting into some dangerous position, getting into some defensive positions as well. Like I said, the whole team dropped back a bit more. The whole team, Hoffa included. Let's see what he did on the day. Expected XG of 0.48. Did get the goal. 1 shot on target, 1 off target. Touches 51. Um, 17 of 30. God, I want to. Oh my God, yeah. 23 possession lost, my homies. 15, 7 of 15 ground duels. Yeah, so room for improvement there, my homies. 3 tackles, like I said, loves to do that press. Likes to lead the press. 1 clearance, 4 foul. He was fouled 4 times. But the possessions lost, my homies. Now let me see if we can't come down here and see if we can get more stats on that on our stats there because that was fucking horrendous. How can I do that, my homies? How can we get more stats on that match here? Let's go. Let's look down here on the left hand side. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about so we did the players individually, my homies. Now let's talk a bit about the Rapids as a whole on the night. Possession, we definitely were not the winners of the possession battle. In fact, 41 to 59. Um, let's see here. Media team have done, yeah, I agree. Like I said, my homie, I agree, my homie. They've done a good thing. They're doing a good thing, my homie. A bit more, giving us a bit more behind the scenes shit, bro. Like that's what I want to see, bro. And think about Rafa under Frazier versus Armas. Versus day difference shows that they are getting all the pieces to play the way they want. Hoffa and Georgie are perfect pair. Oh my god, bro, I agree, homie. I agree. Um, the system that we're playing, bro, is just an attractive way of playing football. Of as a neutral, as a fan of the Rapids, however it is you want to look at it, like when you see a team play that brand of football, it's attractive, homie. It's attractive. Doesn't matter what team you play for. Doesn't matter what team you're watching. If they're playing that brand of football, I guess we could just say Armas ball. You know what I mean, Chris Armas ball. It's attractive, homie. I enjoy it. That's one of the reasons I fell in love with watching the Rapids play is because they're gonna attack. They're gonna attack. They're gonna attack. They're gonna press. It's gonna be high intensity football. Foot at neck type football. And I think like Kras said here, Hoffa and Georgie, a fabulous pairing there. So on the left hand side of this screen here are the overall match overview. Um, Big chances. We had one. We capitalized on it. Austin had 2 total shots, 20. We had 6 um, passes. So they beat us on a lot of. They beat us on a lot of these stats here. So they even break it down even more. 5 on target for them, 3 on target for us. They hit the woodwork. 8 shots off target to our 3. They had a bunch of shots inside of the box, bro. We had 3. We had 3. I'm trying to see if I can't get to. So it's just showing here the majority of the passes where they were played out throughout the match there, my homies. This is what I'm using here is Sofa Score. It's an app called Sofa Score. For me, it's one of my favorite things to look at. Like I said, my Tottenham content does not involve any of this statistical value whatsoever, my homies. This is literally all stuff that I'm kind of just I'm just developing an interest for. Is being able to break down these matches a bit more. And again, like I said, this show was supposed to happen yesterday with a couple of other homies. That would have definitely helped me break this down a bit more. Um, but I still wanted to go over this match with you guys and basically show some of the stats that went down. The one I'm looking for more is this one right here, dispossessed. We were dispossessed. It says 12 times, but I don't understand why when we obviously turned the ball over um, a bunch of times. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, this just shows a bunch of different stuff here. I will get better at being able to look at this more here. Let's take a look at the rapid shots here. Again, the Rapids were just way more clinical on the night with their opportunities. You see here, Cole Bassett shot in the 8th minute. Hoffa shot in the 48th minute, just went wide. Cole Bassett in the 75th just went over the bar there. And then you have Keegan with a blast from outside there, was actually saved. Here from point blank, Cole Bassett, 73rd minute, saved. And then you get Hoffa shot with the right foot, just going straight into the back of the Indian bag. So, yeah, my homies, that was the match in a nutshell. Let's talk about who we have coming up next. Our match next is going to be against the filthy earthquake of San Jose. Let's take a look at this match, my homies. Let's see if they have anything up here for this one yet, or if not. Um, I apologize for all the scrolling, my homies. Apologize for all the scrolling. I guess I didn't pick the right one. Yeah, so we're gonna. Okay. Fucked it up. Damn it. Why did I do that? What did I do, my homies? I'm sorry, my guy. I'm sorry, my homies. I keep fucking it up. Okay, so basically what it did is it moved it to the left-hand side. So instead of going to the right, it's on the left-hand side. I don't know if you're a gambler or if you have whatever, but there's your odds, my homies. I couldn't even begin to tell you what the fuck those mean. But there's a negative for San Jose. So the positive for the Rapids. Get in, my homies. We'll take it. We'll take it. Um, let's see. Crash coming in saying, I want to see wins, but at least it's exciting. Yeah, bro. I mean, the first two games sucked. No shots on target. You missed a breakdown about it on the last show where I kind of just we were playing a 4-2-3-1 with a double six with Ollie and Josh Atencio, and that was leaving Georgie Mihailovic and Cole Bassett to kind of fight for that spot. And it looks as though Chris Armas kind of switched them around. And instead of having Cole Bassett on the left hand side and Georgi Mihailovic in the middle, he's put Georgie out wide, and it's made a difference. It's made a difference, my homies, because Cole Bassett is going to be your more box to box, your more end to end, getting covering more ground. And I would love to see Georgi Mihailovic, like he said so himself, um, more comfortable in that position, playing up on the left. Here, my bet this week is for Pids to win and both to score and Pids to win. Always good odds for the Pids as they're always underestimated. Look, bro, I don't know how that shit works, bro. But get your money, homie. Get your money, homie. Um, who will win? The Piddies will win. Look at that. I just voted live and we got a 14% vote, my homies. So go to SofaScore and vote for the Pids. Let's get that done. Compare the teams. Let's compare the teams here a bit. So far we have a average rating of 7, and they have a 7.4. I want to say they're undefeated. No, they're not undefeated. I want to say they're undefeated. Where am I gonna find that out at, my homies? Where am I gonna find that out at? I think these mofos are undefeated. San Jose. Oh no, they did. They are defeated, my homies. My bad. 2 wins and a loss. Who is it? Bruce Arenas? Is that the dude, just the coach? So they have a good team, right? That they have a better team than last season. Let me say that again. I don't know if they have a good team, but they have a better team, a better coach from last season. That one for sure is I know that one for sure. And then who they get? Chucho Arango, if I'm not mistaken. So they made some moves. They're moving up in the table, sixth place. There you see the Rapids in 12th. This is the overall table. This isn't the West. Um, but let's go back. Oh, let's go back to here, my homies. Let's go back to this one. Let's go back to this one. We'll stop sharing. All right, my homies, my bad. I thought I took me off there. So, let me minimize that a bit. I don't want to be so freaking. Yeah, we'll do that. 240 means if you bet 100, you would win 240. Fuck, man. I guess we find out you bet $100, man. That's hectic. I couldn't do that, bro. Could not do that. Um, yeah, Chicho and Joseph Martinez. So they did make some moves, my homies. They are wanting to, and the coach as well, making some moves. I'm thinking we're gonna definitely be able to do this lot. I'm thinking we're gonna be able to do this lot. Bear with me 1 second, my homies. I'm gonna try and pull up the lineup builder. Let's do our lineup right now, my homies. Let's do our lineup right now. Foot mob. Let's do. Is this the one we're gonna use, my homies? Yes. Let me share this screen with you guys, and let's do this right here. Let's do this right here. Why not? All right, my homies. We're gonna go a 4-3-3 because, of course, that is what we're gonna be using. I'm pretty sure um, Coach Armis is going to be going with a 4-3-3. There you go. We have Zach Steffen, of course, going to stake his claim. I haven't heard anything. Crash, you could probably know more than me, my homie. Have we heard anything on Reggie Cannon? Is he going to be back into the lineup or not? I'm sitting here waxing lyrical about the Rapids content that they're doing. And they probably put this out already. I just haven't watched it today. Don't know who will be getting the nod. So let's just go off of a whim, my homies. I'm going to say Keegan Rosenberry is going to be playing on the right-hand side. We'll just go, we'll put in Rosenberry. We'll put in Keegan right here. Oh, what did I do, my homies? What did I do? Okay. Well, let's start over with that one. We're going to put Zach Steffen right there. Keegan. Rosenberry. We're gonna go to the left side here, and we will put Ian Murphy. Yeah, Crash said he heard he's questionable. We're just gonna say, for argument's sake and lineup builder's sake, we're gonna say he's probably gonna come on off the bench. If he is in the lineup. So I have no issues going with Rosenberry and Murphy. Um, so I guess with that being said as well, uh fuck, what could we do here? What do you think, Crash? You think we're gonna go with the same center back pairing? I think we will, bro. I think we will. I'm gonna put in Chidozie right here. Where are you at, Chidozie? Yeah, I'm gonna put in Chidozie. Uh, just because Murphy will be out on the left, and then I think I'm gonna go with Max. So um yeah, so let's go. Yeah, you're agreeing with me as well, Crash. We're gonna go with back line again, keeping it consistent. Murphy, Cheeto, Maxu, and Rosenberry with Zach Steffen for me. Um, perfect way to cap it. Let's go. And in the six there, I'm gonna go. I mean, this is just gonna be the same lineup, my homies. This is just gonna be the same lineup. Do they not have Atencio? Joshua. Okay, I put in Josh, but his technical is Oh, let's see here. Crash came in with the he heard Atencio is questionable due to hamstring. All right, my homies. Well, look at that. He just we're gonna assume, the go-to source. Crash right now is the go-to source on this one. We're gonna say, you know what, Atencio, we're gonna put in Connor Ronan. We're gonna throw Connor Ronan in at that deep six. I guess not deep six. We're just gonna put six. We'll put him in as a six. And then Oliver Larraz out on the left, Cole Bassett deputizing on the right. And again, I know this looks this they won't be too wide, I want to say. I think we're gonna go with the same triangle play on the left hand side. Um, and let's see here. I'm gonna shake things up a bit. Is this gonna be Rafael Navarro as well? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna put Rafa, but I don't want to. We know Hoffa's going to get the nod. We know Hoffa's going to get the nod. At least we're assuming Hoffa will get the nod. Um, and on the left side here, of course, we have to go with Georgi Mihailovic. Um, let's see who we have here. Let's see who we have here. Why do you not find the Rapids, dude? I don't get it. Oh, are these just players? I'm sorry for yelling at you. Um, okay, let's do another thing. Right-sided player Crash. I don't want to see Cabral there, if I'm honest with you, my homie. I don't know how fit or how many minutes Calvin Harris has gotten, or how many he will see. Um, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow as well. Um, you know what, my homies? Just for a bit of change, let's uh let's go in and throw in the homie Calvin Harris here on the right hand side there. I'm hoping we get to see some minutes through with him anyways eventually. Crash coming in and saying I think Armas will roll with Cabral, but I feel like we should roll with Harris O'Meara. O'Meara has been getting his chances over Harris. You know what, bro? Damn it, Crash, you're making me think, bro. You're making me think, homie. You're making me think because O'Meara has been Omier has been his go-to sub on the right side before before Harris. So yeah. Um yeah, I'm gonna go with that, my homies. I'm gonna go with that right there. A 4-3-3, easily picked Stefan backline of Murphy, Cheeto, Maxu, Rosenberry. Great midfield of Oliver Larraz, Ronan, and Bassett. And up top, you're going to have some good attacking options with Georgi Mihailovic, Hoffa Navarro, and Omir Fernandez. Can't believe I said that because I don't. I hope that's what happens. Omir, this may be the game where you break out, my homie. This may be it. Omir and Hoffa have better chemistry than Harris. I do agree there, but I think Harris is a natural winger, so it's a toss-up. No, both excellent points. I do think Omir and Hoffa have the better, uh, not just chemistry, but on the pitch and off the pitch relationship as well. Just based off of what I see from the Rapids content and stuff like that. Omir and Hoffa. And yeah, like I said earlier, homie, Hoffa, uh, Chris Armas has been going with Omir um, before he's been going with Kelvin. So that one there remains to be unseen. As far as who I think will win, of course, the Pitties. I think the Pitties got this. It's going to be a tough one, though. Don't get me wrong. Will be a tough match for the Rapids. Away day in San Jose, if I'm not mistaken. Keegan Rosenberry said this was one of the toughest pitches to play at. Uh, I think he said because of the the actual, I think the cement or something like that. I don't remember 100%, but he did say this was one of the most uncomfortable pitches to play at, in his opinion. So I'm hoping we start off early, my homies. We need to get a goal early, and it would just be good for us to get the goal early because then San Jose is going to be forced to want to go out there and attack. They're going to be forced to open the game up themselves and go out there to look for a goal. They're not going to want to lose at home, and we touched on this in the last stream, both Logan and myself. Um, you know, Away games in the MLS they're going to be hard, and if you can walk away with a draw, um, it's a good result. But we definitely have the minerals to walk out of San Jose with the 3 points, my homies. We touched a bit about we didn't really touch a bit about, like, I kind of spoke how they are in a better position 3 games into the season, don't get me wrong, but they look, form wise, player wise, coach wise, just everything, they look to be in a better position than they were last season. So a better test for the Rapids. I don't remember the reverse fixture last time, but they gave us a hell of a game here at Dick's Sporting Goods last season. I think they actually walked away with the points. And big up to the San Jose fans that I met last season. In fact, they were probably the coolest of the away fans that I met out of all of them. So big up to the San Jose crowd. Um, but yeah, look, Crash says San Jose will be tough. Our defense has to be ready. If it's not, it could be a high scoring match similar to Dallas. No, and this is where I think we're going to have to see the same type of mentality from Chris Armas and his team. We have the minerals to attack going forward, like we did when we played against Dallas in that 3-3. We definitely had the minerals to attack, but we were just higher up the pitch. And if we could definitely take advantage of scoring an early goal, and maybe not falling back too far back, not dropping back too much, and inviting them in. But look to pick them apart on a counterattack. We do have it in us to have a counterattack. Um, you know, it's just all going to depend on if the Rapids can come up and get an early goal. 3-3 at San Jose and 3-2 at home. So they whooped us. They whooped us there last time, and they beat us at home in an exciting game. Big yourself up, Jeremy. Big up, homie. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Uh, Appreciate you stopping by. Let's go. Let's go. Get one of these, my homie. Um, Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well. But yeah, look, it's just, if we end up going down early on, or if we end up, going down at any point in the game, then it's gonna be key that we get a goal back. If we go down, we need to attack quick. Jeremy's saying we're going to be aggressive, 20 to 35 minutes. I'm curious to know, like, is that how you feel we'll start the game off? Because one thing I've noticed, homie, is one of our biggest characteristics is just press, wear the team out, and then at least here at home we play that, and then we fucking are gung ho second half FC. Now, can we go to other places and dominate them? You know what I mean? That's another question. I hope we can, my homies. Because to say that we won at Austin, but we didn't dominate, we just did the shit that you need to do. We didn't. We just were more clinical. We just, dotted our T's and crossed our I's. I definitely said that the wrong way, but we definitely took advantage of what we needed to. We were bought into Arma's system for 400 minutes at Austin. We will need the same. Bro, so basically what I got from that comment is the players stuck to the plan from start to finish, bro. And that's exactly, for us to pick up points anywhere away. We're gonna need to do that. We all know our game plan at home, like I said. But on the road, can we instill that type of tactic on the road? Which would be dope to see, my homies, which would be dope to see. Um, I'm a fan of the Chris Armas system, my homies. I mean, I enjoy watching it. Like I said earlier, a lot of similarities that he referenced with Liverpool's squad. So that's, if our coach says, throws out them type of similarities, then that's good to hear. You know what I mean, my homies. But yeah, I think we'll win on the night, my homies. I think it's gonna. I went with the 1-1 KG win, a KG draw for the Austin match. Didn't do too bad for that one, but for this one, my homies, um, the way I feel, the way that's why I feel like we sit back and bend, but don't break for 20, then attack or see how. Yeah, bro. I think I'm the complete opposite, homie. I would much rather. Um, that's why I don't know. I think I would much rather just try and get that early goal. I don't know. Rapids don't like. I mean, I don't know if they don't like, but we really don't play too much of a counter attacking football. So I don't know if our players are. Well, first of all, we wouldn't have that much speed on the wings. But yeah, no. Look, if we could definitely wear them out in this match, one thing I will say is based off of the lineup that we did that I already took down. If Ronan is there playing that six, um, I feel that he's comfortable on the ball enough to get it from the defenders, turn around and pick a nice pass. So yeah, I just look for us to boss the midfield, boss possession, and if we're doing that, then maybe we're gonna have to be very clinical with our chances. We got those Cabral wheels, but I think we will start Omer with Ronan. Yeah, my homie, you actually just came in like 10 minutes. If you would have been here 10 minutes ago, we actually did a lineup. I think the same. I think Ronan will be in the six, and we did think at least I'll speak for myself. I know I think um, Chris might want to do a change on the right hand side there, just because Cabral hasn't been doing it yet. I say yet because he will do it. He just hasn't been doing it yet. But look, Rapids will boss this game, my homies. I think it's not going to be as nervy as the Austin match. Um, we're a whole year into this Chris Armas system. We're a year into a year ahead of this plan. These players are getting more and more in rhythm. We are seeing a different formation, but that's maybe a testament of Chris Armas. How can I say this? Maybe that's a testament to Chris Armas molding his system to the players instead of hoping to get the players to mold to his system. If that makes sense, it does in my mind. For example, um, he's doing a hell of a job still implementing his tactics. He's had to make changes to the lineup, which makes me say, maybe with his lineup at sometimes his tactics won't work. So, in order to do that, he will move around his personnel like he's been doing with Georgie and Cole. Moved Cole more centrally from the wide left to wide right, um, and back more, and it's proven to be a good move. It's proven to be a good move. So I think the Rapids will walk away victors, my homies. If I had to put a score, I'm gonna go with a two. If we don't get a clean sheet, it'll be a 2-1. I'm expecting a good performance from our back line. Oh, sorry about that, my homies. Yeah, I mean, with that being said, my homies, before I get any more technical issues, um, let me just go ahead and pull that out there. Pull some banners. Yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about. We kind of did, you know what I mean? The Rapids midfield. Rafa did it again. Another goal in the game. And Rapids away to San Jose. I feel we'll win, my homies. I feel we'll win, my homies. Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, 2-1, man. Like you said, both teams to score, Rapids to win. Um, Also, my homies, I just want to extend an invite. I'm gonna do this show weekly. Last time we had Logan. I had a couple of homies lined up to do this show with me yesterday. However, life be life and sometimes, and I couldn't get the show off in time, so I figured I'm just gonna postpone it till today. I will have another show on Wednesday. Crash, if you want to join. Jared, if you want to join. We're just chatting it up, my homies, chatting it up, going over review, preview type shit. Um, and yeah, this is the second installment of the episode 22 and a half. Um, yeah, my homie, I will reach out to you, bro. I don't know what's the best way. Twitter maybe is the best way to reach out to you. I'm on Instagram, Mile High Hotspur, stuff like that. But I mean, I want to get I want to get more homies from the community involved. I could definitely sit here and waffle all night long. Don't get me wrong, my homies, but it's definitely a lot better to be able to just toss some combo back and forth. There's also some other people in the community. The Rapids Corner. I reached out to Rapids Corner, who is on Instagram. I think he's actually going to join next week on a show. I've invitations out there for anybody, my homie. Honestly. Um, don't need to have a camera. Just come out here with a voice. You know what I mean? You could always do one of these, and chat in the background. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a makeup department or nothing like that, my homies. Or you can have the camera, however you want. But yeah, next Wednesday is my. I'm planning on next Wednesday, same time, same place. You guys know what it is. Hopefully, we're talking about another victory, another Rapids victory, my homies. I appreciate all the support that I get from not only the Tottenham people that watch my Rapids content, but all of the new people that have embraced the Mile High Hotspur YouTube channel in doing this Colorado Rapids content, my homies. Gonna reach out to more people. I've reached out to Pitcast, want to have him on here. Judgmental Jim, want to have him on here. Crash will be on here. Yeah, my homies, this is just we're just climbing, my homies. We're getting up there. It's been a good day. Got to rub it in. The Spurs did win today. On to the next round of the Europa League. Pitties are looking good, my homies. Life is good. I just shipped my daughter to Las Vegas for the weekend with my dad. Um, so let's do it, my homies. Let's kick it. Love the content, brother. Keep it up. Appreciate the support, my homie. Appreciate the support. It's been fun. Let's do it again. We'll catch you on the next stream, my homies. Not only is it come on you Spurs, but it's up the fucking Pids. Let's go, my babies. Let's go, baby. Stay safe.